key things to notice on these properties, there are 3 properties of logs. There's also another one called change of base that we may look at a little bit today, but this one's product, obviously product is answer to multiplication, so you've got M times N. So product is friends with addition. Okay, quotient's a division problem, M divided by N. Quotient is friends with subtraction. And then the last one, the power property, what was a power or an exponent comes down to the front to be a coefficient. So like if this was a third power, now it would be 3 log whatever. Okay? All right, so let's see if we can use those a little bit, and then we'll learn a trick or two with our calculators.
I've got some Christmas songs stuck in my head now.
Oh my goodness,
It's starting.
it's getting close. We can make it.
We should have a Christmas party in here with just like us 6. Well, if Zach were here, it'd be 6. Play some dirty thing. That'd be fun. No, there's 7.
I mean, if we're having a party in here, I'm in, gonna be in it. You can't be kicking me out.
Yeah, I know things. I count her too, you said 4.
Oh, so it's Tyler kicking me out, and I'm.
No.
Okay,
I'm
so
confused on what I said even now.
I've got log base 4 of 3, and I'm telling you that that's approximately 0.792, that had to be rounded there. And then I've got log base 4 of 7, and I'm telling you that that's approximately 1.404. So what I'm gonna do with this is set this up to show you how those properties work, but then I'll show you a way easier way to do this. So I'm asking us to use those approximates up there to evaluate log base 4 of 3 divided by 7. Okay, so what we would notice is that's a division problem. So I can rewrite that using the quotient property, right? The quotient property is friends with which operation? Subtraction, very good. So this would be the same as log base 4 of 3 minus log base 4 of 7. I just rewrote that quotient problem using the property, and Hayden reminded us that division is friends with subtraction. Okay? So now it makes this pretty simple to do because I told you what those approximately are. So log base 3 of 4 is about 0.792. Log base 4 of 7 is about 1.404. So now you just subtract those. So what do you get when you subtract that? Negative point what?
0.612. Negative 0.6.
You're close. Okay. Now, we are that, and this is just my opinion, and y'all know I don't get to make any of the math rules, so take it for what you want.
You should though.
My opinion, the way we just did that's useless. The reason it's useless is because who gave us this number?
Someone that rounded it.
Someone that rounded it, and where'd they get it from? More than likely a calculator, right? So if there's a way to just use the calculator on this problem, why would we use the calculator to get that and then not on the entire problem, right? Okay, so get your calculator. This is a new trick. I told y'all when we watched, it might have been the day we watched the video, I don't know. On the far left side, that log button, that one is not very useful because it doesn't have a base written, and so that's called what's called a common log, and it's understood base 10. We've got a base 4, so if we went and used that log on the far left, we'd be wrong. To get so we can change a base, you got to hit math, so push the math button, and then you're going to scroll, either scroll backwards or scroll all the way through until you get to letter A. Do you see it say log base?
Mm-hmm.
So pick that, and then it comes up with some fill in the blanks. So you can put your stuff in there. So put a 4 in the base,
307.
and then a 3/7 in the number. Let's see if we get
We got -0.6111963107.
So if somebody's gonna use a calculator to give us these, I mean, why don't we just save some time and do that in the calculator? Now, we are gonna have to use those properties though, cause there's gonna be times when there's variables and we gotta rewrite stuff. But for something with only numbers, just type that there in the calculator. So if this were to show up on a test and it says use these, and you did this, you're not gonna be wrong. You could have just been faster if you'd have just done that in the calculator, right? Okay. A student told me that log base was in the calculator. I never knew it.
I tried to do it before that.
You had to go the way I showed you. Okay, so now that I showed you a calculator, let's do something that we can't use the calculator for. Ha. Don't you love it when the teacher does stuff like that? Okay, so we got log base 6 of 5x cubed over y. Our directions here say to expand. And that's all it says is expand. So when you're using these properties of logs that y'all copied down a second ago, there could be two types of directions, expand or condense. Expand means you take something to make it bigger, right? So, very good. So I want to use the properties to make this be as complex as I can, make it be as long. I want to expand it. So all three properties are represented here. Because you got a power, you got multiplication, and then you got division. So we can use all three of those properties we copied down on the board, okay? So if I were you, well,
or we can make like a separate one, like 5 times.
well, three. There's gonna be three separate ones actually, I think. What catches my eye first is I would do the quotient property first, just because I see that big division. So quotient is friends, division is friends with what? Hayden told you a minute ago. Subtraction. So I could write this as the same as log base 6, and then what's on the top, minus log base 6 of what's on the bottom. Okay? Now, this right side, log base 6 of y, there's nothing going on there. So this is done. But I've still got multiplication, and I've still got power. Which one should I do first? No, and here's the reason why. It's only on the x. So if I were to bring that down now, it would be in front of both the 5 and the x, right? So it's only on the x, so I'm going to say that until I get the x all by itself. So let's undo the product here. What's product friends with? Well, product means multiplication. It's friends with addition. So this is going to be the same as log base 6 of 5 plus log base 6 of x cubed. I'm just going to bring down my part I already did. Okay. Now I just got one thing left to do, and we were talking about it. It's the product property, and stupid. It's the power property, and all the power property says is you take that power and you bring it down as a coefficient. So I'm going to drop down my log base 6 of 5 plus 3 log base 6 of x minus log base 6 of y. And that's it. You expanded that. Now, did that really do us anything? No. Just practicing using those properties.
To solve it, would we have to simplify it?
We actually wouldn't be able to solve it because it's got two variables.
Like if we got the variable.
Yeah. If we got the variable, we could just plug it in the calculator.
It's very counterintuitive to expand.
What
Yes.
was the point of it?
Just rewriting. Sometimes we just rewrite stuff. Okay.
Then mathematicians are wondering.
Now, I'm going to show you
these kids something.
And this, since Christian is questioning, and he's really gonna get mad about this, I'm gonna show you something, because I have to, because I'm the teacher, but then I'm never gonna do it again.
So we do write this down?
It doesn't matter.
Might
The,
as well.
the directions here say to use the change of base formula to evaluate. So here's what the change of base, let me see what letters they use. Here's what the change of base formula says. Log base C of A is equal to the common log of A divided by the common log of C. Common log means base 10. That's the button on the far left side of your calculator. So I could take this log base 3 of 8 and rewrite that as common log of 8 divided by common log of 3. And then I could go and put that in my calculator. Okay, that is how I would do that using the change of base formula, but I will never work that problem that way.
So is that how you would do it if
If
you didn't know about
Yes, yes. Because most scientific calculators, just a basic calculator, has the regular log. So what I would do if I had this on my test is I would just hit math, go find log base and fill in that stuff.
Or you could do, then, put it in the exponential.
Yes, you could. And that's what, one of the things we're gonna start doing tomorrow is going, so you're ahead of us. So, and that was so smart of you, Tyler, because now I already know the answer. I don't even have to wait for you to type in your calculator. Well, no, I don't. It's not a whole number, never mind. I was thinking it was gonna be a whole number. It's not. So, go ahead and hit that log base 3 of 8, get some practice doing that.
How many decibel?
Let's just go 2.
1.89.
It's about 1.89. Now, you can test this if you don't trust me, because I know I'm weird. You can go do common log of 8 and common log of 3 and divide them, and you should get the same thing. If you don't trust me and want to test that. Now, one thing Tyler said, though, is we could have said, rewritten that in bin form, which we're going to be doing a lot of tomorrow, 3 to the what equals 8. But this one, I can't create a same base, right? Because there's 3 to the first is 3, 3 squared is 9. You're not going to get anything in common with that. So this would be a instance. I thought it was going to work at first, but this would be an instance where we could rewrite it in bin, but it didn't get us anywhere. We'd have to jump ship and go back to the calculator on that.
It is A answer. So, wait,
I think he's talking about the variables on the change of base.
Oh, those, I don't know why they used, I just copied it out of the book. Well, I don't know why they used A and C. They could have put any letters there. Alright, so I just want to give you a couple more to practice on your calculator real quick, and then after that, we'll do one more. We'll do a condense. We only did expand earlier, so we'll do condense. So, let me find you a good couple of logs here. Find log base 5 of 13. And then after you get that, find log base 3 of 15. Round both of those to the nearest hundredth, 2 numbers after the decimal. So do those couple and then we'll do one more. We'll take it but a nanosecond. Yep. What'd you get on log base 5 of 13?
1.59.
About 1.59, everybody all right on that? Okay, what about log base 3 of 15?
2.46.
How'd you do, everybody good? Alright, so let's do one more with those properties where we condense. So, I'm gonna say 5 log base 4 of 2 plus 7 log base 4 of x plus base 4 of y. So this one's just the opposite of that other one we used the properties on, because this one, it's already drug out. It already has log base 4, log base 4, log base 4. So what we want to do with that is condense it down to so that it only has one of the log base 4s. Okay? So there are 2 of the properties involved here.
Division
Isn't
and
product and power?
Product is involved because product is friends with addition. Power is involved because we got coefficients out in front. There's no subtraction, so we don't have to worry about the quotient property here. Okay, so first thing I like to do when I'm working backwards on the condense is I like to put these powers where they go. So I'm going to rewrite log base 4 of 2 to the 5th plus log base 4 of x to the 7th plus log base 4 of y to the 4th.
I get the simplifying part, but I don't get the.
You don't like it going the other way? So we need to only put this kind on the test for Christian. Alright, now I've got addition, and y'all said addition is friends with multiplication, so all I gotta do is take the things that are being added. Remember, we're condensing, so we wanna eliminate all those log base 4s. So we're just gonna have our 1 log base 4 of 2 to the 5th times x to the 7th times y to the 4th. Now, that's not wrong, but I would go one step farther. You can actually compute what 2 to the 5th is. 2 is 4.
32?
Yep. So I got log base 4 of 32, x to the 7th, y to the 4th. So we condense that down to 1 log. Alright, so what we've got still to look at, tomorrow's gonna be kind of the big deal of this whole unit, because we're gonna put all of the stuff that we've been doing together to solve tougher equations. So it's my funnest, because y'all know I like to get the figure stuff out and solve, so do that tomorrow. And then Wednesday we'll have a virtual assignment. Thursday will be the last lesson of this unit, of our exponential and log unit. So we're gonna do our test the Tuesday of next week. So then hopefully that'll be your last thing before Christmas break. Now, what's gonna happen, Hayden, are you the only junior in here?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
Hayden
I'll have the,
has the ASVAB. Are you Thursday or tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So tomorrow's not that, well, you will miss a lot. You'll just have to watch the video and ask us any questions you don't get. Alright, we good?
Yeah, that thing's supposed to last all day, ain't it?
I think till
Lunch.
lunch, yeah.